Okay, so Roshan, today we will be studying about this chapter titled Being Responsible. Okay, this word responsible you have been listening from last so many years, from the time you have started understanding English. Okay, you know the meaning of it, but now we are going to even study that how it applies in your daily life. Okay, as per this, it is said that in this chapter we shall be learning civics, being responsible, and elections. And I'm sure you have heard about these words, you have used these words many a times, but now we'll have to even learn it. Now, see, the way we will be studying is very simple. Open your book right now and be on that page, okay? The first page of this chapter, being responsible. First, I will read it and then I'll explain it, okay? That is how we will be doing it. And yes, being responsible, first thing first, since it's an online class, be responsible that you are putting your attention and focus into the chapter and not here and there, okay Baba, because this is a new way of learning and we have to adjust to it. Okay, so this is your very first, you can say, experience with being responsible in these times. Now I'll start, okay, and I hope your chapter, I mean the book and the page is ready. So here we go. We live with our parents and relatives in the comfort of our homes. However, there are other people also who live around us. People who live close by are called our neighbors. Okay, we interact with our neighbors, our schoolmates, teachers, friends, relatives, and other people. Together, we are members of the same society and same country, right? Civics. We live together and help each other in different ways. Citizens of a country work together to ensure smooth functioning of the nation. In India, the citizens elect people who form the government. The government works for the welfare of the people and helps in running the country efficiently. This is what you have in your first page. Now we will decode this page. Decode means now we will understand it in a depth. Okay, see, very general statement it starts with, that we live with our parents, relatives in a house. People around us are our neighbors. We interact with daily with our neighbors, with our friends. When you're going to school, then your teachers, your classmates. Okay, so all this is what? This is a society. Okay, we live in a society. See, right now where we are staying, okay, our building is our society. Okay, but we have couple of friends outside the building also, so our society expands. Then little bit ahead, then it's your school, that's a society. So together, society, small societies, they form a bigger society, which in turn forms a bigger society called as the nation or the country, India. Okay. Now, when you live in a society, can you do everything, anything and everything that is needed for you for a good daily life by yourself? No, right? For example, what do? You help your parents in certain things, okay? But then there's somebody else as well, who will come and help. Like, let's say the maid, she comes and helps mama, okay? Then the housekeeping guys down, okay, they help us in collecting the garbage, okay? Then we have the security guard. See, they all are in the same society, right? But they help each other. So we all are what? We are the citizens of our country, okay? So we help each other, and that is like, being civic, which means you are civilized. You are in the society. You're there to help each other, okay? In India, citizens, as in we guys, okay, when you will become 18 years old, then you will understand. But then in India, citizens, they elect the government. They elect. Okay, fine. If I if our prime minister is Mr. Narendra Modi, he was elected by whom? By the citizens. Not that he stood up one day and said, I am the prime minister. No, right? So this is known as democracy. This word is not here, but I'm just letting you know, democracy. So definition of democracy is where citizens of the country elect people to form the government. And what is the job of the government? Government is responsible for the welfare of the people and helps in running the country efficiently. Like for example, nowadays coronavirus, okay? Who is taking care of the sanitization or the cleaning of the roads? Who is taking care of making sure that sufficient medical supplies like masks, hand sanitizers, everything is available? Is the job of the government, okay? And government is responsible to make sure that the citizens of the country, they are getting these things in time, okay? So that's how, the people of the country elected the government. The government will now make sure that the people of the country will get whatever they need for their welfare, okay? Now let's turn the page. This is a big page. Oh, by the way, sorry, don't turn the page. Come back to this page number 1. I want you to underline few things, okay? Underline the word interact, okay? Second paragraph, first line, interact. Underline that. And when I'm saying underline, then I'm expecting two things. This is the assignment, you can make a note of it. Whatever you're underlining, you need to learn the spelling of that word and you need to find one synonym for that word. Okay, so interact, underline that. Society, citizen, government, and welfare. Once again, I'll repeat these 5 words you have to underline: interact, society, citizen, government, welfare. And what I'm expecting, these 5 words you should know the spelling and you need to tell me the synonym. Okay, let's go to the next page. I'll be reading and then we will be discussing. So look into your chapter. The Constitution of India gives certain rights to the people of India and expects them to perform certain duties towards the country. It also tells the government the rules to be followed while governing. Okay, only this paragraph right now we will be discussing. Once again, let me read it. The Constitution of India gives certain rights to the people of India and expects them to perform certain duties towards the country. It also tells the government the rules to be followed while governing. Like for example, we have certain rules in our household, right? If you are coming out after your playtime and all, it is mandatory, it is compulsory for you to take shower, right? We keep our footwear outside the house, right? Then before eating any fruits, we have to wash it. So what is this? This is the rule book of your household, right? This rule book has been defined by your mother. Mama has said that this, you have to follow. That means you have to follow, right? And in return, what do you get? Well, mama gets you the fruits, mama gets you the chocolates, mama gets you whatever you need. So same way, what is constitution? You can say constitution is a guideline or a rule book, okay? Indian constitution will give you certain rights. Rights means that, okay, fine, you can expect this. Like for example, in your household, it is your right to sleep and it is your right to get food. It is your right to get education through your parents, right? Right? This is something which you not only expect, but this is by default, you have to get it. Why? Because we are your parents, okay? We have given you birth, so it is your right. Same way, if you are the citizen of this country, there are certain rights. Like for example, you have the right to speech or to talk, basically. I mean, nobody can question you that, oh, why you are talking like this. And I mean, of course, if you are ending up abusing someone, that's a different story. But for example, if there is something which you don't like about the government, for example, just an example, let's say if you don't like why there is still so much poverty in India, why there are people begging. And you can question to the government that what are you doing? What are you doing to make sure there is no poverty? So that is the right that you have been given through the Constitution of India. Okay. And otherwise, not only you get your rights, Constitution also writes down certain duties that you have to perform. Certain duties could be, see, right now you're a child, but you will understand when you grow up, like me, for example, okay? There is something known as tax. Now, if I am earning something, okay, let's say I'm earning 100 rupees, the government expects me to pay out of that 100 rupees, 20 rupees towards the government, you can say piggy bank, the piggy bank, okay? So the government expects that, okay, fine, you are earning 100 from this country, from this society. So can you give 20 rupees out of that 100 here? Because this 20 will be used for the development, for the welfare of the same society only. So that we all can stay as one big family. Okay. So that's what the first paragraph says. And please underline the word constitution. And once again, so the Constitution of India gives you what? It gives you the right, okay, certain rights, and it also tells you your duties. And plus, it's a rule book how the government has to work in India. You know. Second paragraph now. The study of interaction between citizens, their rights and duties, and the formation and functioning of the government is called civics. Now see, you will have to remember the definition, no doubt, but more than remember, you have to in fact understand what the definition is. So please listen to this very carefully. You know, it's a pretty big, lengthy statement, and you have to put your 100% attention now. Okay, first I'm reading. The study of interactions between citizens, their rights and duties, and the formation and functioning of the government is called civics. So the question is, what is civics? Okay, it's like what is mathematics, for example. So mathematics is a study, right, of numbers, right? It's like what is science? Science is a studies of things like air, water, right? So same way, what is civics? Civics is a study of what? Civics is a study of interaction between citizens. How do you interact with your gardener? How do you interact with the security guard? How do you interact with your parents? How do you interact with your friends? Okay, so study of how do you interact or how they interact with you. Civics is the study of interaction between the citizens. Civics is the study of the rights and duties. What is your right? Well, you can say, Papa, my right is that I have to have a good education. Yes, that's your right. Papa, my right is that I should have a balanced meal, a good meal every day. Yes, that's your right. Okay, you can say, Papa, my right is to make sure that I stay in a disease-free environment. Yes, that is your right. My right is that I should have electricity, water, the basic necessity, important things. Yes, that is your right. So civics is first the study of interaction between you and others around you. Civics is the study of knowing your rights and your duties. It's your duty that you should not commit any crime, right? It is your duty that if you are earning and if you have to pay tax, then you pay tax, and then you don't hide or run away from that duty of yours. It is your duty that if you see something is going wrong, then you report it to the authorities. Okay, you remember once it happened that we saw, I don't know if you remember this or no, but there was an incident when we were traveling by train, and on one of the platform there was something which Baba observed that it's not good, and he asked me to go and report it to the railway manager, there is the station manager, which I did, and it helped that person. You may not remember this, but then this was my duty as a citizen of India. Okay, so same way. So civics, once again, civics is the study of interaction between you and your your society or your neighbors and everything. Civics is the study of your rights, what you get as a citizen of India. Civics is the study of your duties, what you are expected to perform as a citizen of India. And it is the study of formation and functioning of the government. Okay, how the government should be formed, how the government should be elected, when is the election date, how the election should happen. I know right now you must be getting too much of information, but then now you are big enough and the chapter itself says being responsible. So please pay attention. So civics is the study of your interaction. Civics is the study of your knowing your rights. Civics is the study of knowing your duties. And civics is the study of how the government is formed and how the government functions. See, even your school, for example, you can think about it as a government. There is a principal, there's vice principal, there is administrator, Sir Oscar, then there is your class teacher, then there is a coordinator. All these people are there. Okay, so somebody in Sharda Mandir must have thought about it, that how to how to operate the school, how to run the school. Okay, to run the school I need this, this. So that becomes the study of how to run the school, or the civics. Okay, and in the blue box, if you see, in the you know what box, the Constitution of India. Once again, Constitution is nothing but the book or the rule book. Okay, so the Constitution of India is the longest written constitution for any sovereign country in the world. Underline this word, learn the spelling, and I need a synonym. Okay, I think for now this is good enough. I'll see you in a bit. Bye.